Next one is write the heading geometric mean. Heading is geometric mean. Geometric mean. Write the definition for that. Please mute your voice. I don't know why it is. I get some feedback. Okay. I need to mute. Okay, fine. If x1, x2, write the definition for that. If x1, x2, xn are the n values, if x1, x2, xn are the n values of the variate x of the variate x, none of which is 0.
So what have you written of the?
What
What
definition?
have you written? Xn of
Variate.
the.
It's variate.
Variate,
Variate.
variate. It is like variable x1, x2, xn are the variable. Variate x, none of which is 0. See, you are observing x2, xn, na? That means x1 is not equal to x2 is not equal to should not xn should not equal to 0, should not equal to 0. All the values, at least one of the values should not equal, whatever you are observing the data, that should not equal to 0, then only we can calculate that geometric mean. The formula for geometric mean, then you are writing now, then the geometric mean G, then the geometric mean capital G, it is denoted by capital G, geometric mean G is x1, x2 into xn whole power 1 by n. The geometric mean
So the
is
top portion is not visible.
not visible. Okay, fine. For me it is okay, okay, 1 by n is not visible. Huh? Hmm. Is it visible? No, 1 by n is not visible. Huh? I write once again.
It's visible, sir. It's visible now.
G equal to, therefore taking log on both sides. Taking log on both sides, we will get log G equal to log x1, x2, xn whole power 1 by n. To calculate the geometric mean, you have to take that log on both sides. Then you will get uh, log G equal to 1 by n log x1, x2, xn. Is it not? So you know that log formulas, na? That is log m power n equal to m log n. Using this property, log m power n equal to m log n. Using this property, we can write like this: log g equal to 1 by n log x1, x2, xn. One more formula is there. What is log mn? Log mn. Anybody?
Log m
Plus
plus log n.
plus log n. Good. Log n. So that is equal to based on this 1 by n into log x1 plus log x2 log xn. Log xn. So 1 by n. How can we write that? When x1, x2, xn as summation of I equal to 1 to n log xi. It is log g value. It is log g value. But the geometric mean is denoted by g only, capital G. So how can you get that g? Taking anti-log on both sides, g equal to anti-log of 1 by n summation of I equal to 1 to n log xi. It is one formula. It is for the individual data. This is for the individual type data. It is for the individual type data.
So is that summation of x?
This one, summation of I equal to 1 to n log xi. Log xi. Anti-log of 1 by n summation of I equal to 1 to n log xi. The original, what is the original formula? G equal to x1, x2, xn 1 by n. In case of discrete case, you completed, no?
So can you repeat the last part?
Last part is log mn using that here, this one, this step.
Yes, sir. From there. After
From
that.
there is, yeah, log g equal to 1 by n log x1, x2, xn using that log formula log mn. Log mn is log m plus log n. Therefore, if you are multiplying that, it is not comma actually, it is multiplying.
Okay.
So multiplying means log x1 plus log x2 plus log xn. So this log x1 plus log x2 log xn can be written as summation. You can write that plus can be written as summation. Is it not? Summation of I equal
Yes,
to 1
sir.
to n log xi. I generally I give that x1, x2, xn as xi. So here I am writing that I equal to 1 to n, 1 by n. So log g, it is log g. We have to find the g na. G equal to anti-log, taking anti-log on both sides. As you are taking on log on both sides, then you take that anti-log on both sides. G equal to anti-log of, anti-log mean exponential. Anti-log mean exponential.
Okay, sir.
Taking e power on both sides. G equal to anti-log of 1 by n, summation of I equal to 1 to n log xi. It is for the individual type data. For the discrete type data, write down. For discrete type data heading. For discrete type data heading, G equal to x1 f1 x2 f2 xn fn whole power 1 by n. So what is the difference between individual and continuous type data? Individual type and continuous type data. Here 1 by small n. Small n, where n is the number of observations. Here n is the total number of frequency. Capital N equal to summation of n. In the individual type data, small n is the number of observation. Here n is the summation of f, total number of frequency. So here what is that? G, if you are taking log on both sides, then you will get that log G equal to log x1 power f1, x2 f2, xn fn. That whole power 1 by n is there, na? We can write here 1 by n. So log G equal to 1 by n log x1 f1 using the same formula. Once again, it is in the multiplication, na? So we can expand that. Log x1 f1 plus log x2 f2 plus log xn fn. So that is equal to 1 by n. Once again, log x1 f1. Once again, you have to use that log mn formula. N log m. You once again use that same formula here. You have to bring it that f1 to front. So f1 log x1, f2 log x2, fn log xn. Therefore, finally you will get that g directly. I write that what is g here? Anti-log of I skip only one step. That is anti-log of 1 by n summation of I equal to 1 to n fi log xi. G equal to anti-log of 1 by n summation of I equal to 1 to n fi log xi. Can you rub that first two lines? First two lines completed now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. In case of continuous type data, what is very simple modification in the formula when you go for the continuous type, it is for the discrete type. Yeah, tell me.
So, so
Oh.
in this case, why are we taking summation of I equals to 1 by n? Why are we taking small n and not capital N?
No, I give the number. X1, X2, Xn is the number actually. It is my notation.
It's a
I
1
equal
to
to
n.
1 to n is that my notation. Otherwise, you can write that simply 1 by n, anti-log of 1 by n. You write the same thing, log f1 log x1, f2 log x2, fn log xn. It is my notation only. I equal to 1 to n.
Okay, sir.
See, for the continuous type data, we will do only one modification. What is the continuous type data? What is the difference between discrete and continuous type data? X is the single number. For the discrete type data, for the continuous type data, X is the interval. Whenever the continuous type data is given, the variable should be what happens on backside is coming. Okay. See here, for the continuous type data, we have to find the middle value. The continuous type data, there are two steps are there. You know that there are two types in the continuous type data. One is inclusive type. One more is exclusive type. In case inclusive type is given, you have to change into exclusive type. That is one step. Even if it is a exclusive type data is given, you have to find compulsory mid value m. Mid value m. Okay. So for the continuous type data, G equal to anti-log of G equal to directly we can write anti-log of 1 by n. The other things are same. 1 by n summation of I equal to 1 to n fi log mi. See, instead of xi, we have to write mi here. So what is mi here? Mid value of the interval. Mid value, not median. Mid value of the interval. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you find this, then we can go for the problem.
Sir, there is some disturbance, sir.
Huh?
So the screen
There is
keeps
some
on going on.
disturbance. So not screen. The voice. Somebody's mic is on.
Star, could you please
Or
mute your mic?
My mic.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, fine.
No, sir. No, sir.
Write the problem. Compute geometric mean. Problem. Compute geometric mean. Compute geometric mean of the following distribution. Compute geometric mean of the following distribution. Number of students, marks, number of students, marks, number of students, marks from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Simple problem we can do, very quick. 30 to 40, 5834, 5834. Okay. Only thing is the problem may be lengthy or smaller. You have to understand the concept. That is enough. Okay. So here we have to form the table. So when you are taking that in the problem, particularly to finding the geometric mean, always you have to take that log base 10 is then the calculate. Log base 10, not natural log. Log base 10 is there, na? You have to calculate that. Okay, class first column is class 10 to 20, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Then number of students, F I am writing 5834, 5834. For the continuous type data, what is the formula? Just now we written na, G equal to anti-log of 1 by n summation of I equal to 1 to n Fi log Mi. Is it not? So you have to find Mi. You have to find Mi. What is Mi here? What is Mi?
Ten into 5.
Oh, first one is not 10 into 5. Mi is a mid value.
5.
5.
5.
5, 15,
15.
25,
25.
35. Okay, fine. Next we have to find log Mi. Log Mi. Base 10. Log M base 10. For 5, log 5 is
0.69.
0.699, 1.1761, 1.1761, 1.3999, 1.3979, 1.5441, 1.5441. Okay. If any changes, please let me know. Okay. Listen. So it is log M. Next, you have to find F log M. F log M. F log M means F into log M. F into log M. F is 5, 3.495. 3.495. 9.42. 9.4488. Nice. Right. Noise is coming back side, please. 4.1937. 4.1937. Last 6. 1764. These are F log M value. Then we can calculate that
Summation.
log G. First, we have to calculate log G value. Log G value. First, we have to calculate log G. What is log G here? Log G. Log G equal to summation of F log M. Summation of F log M by summation of F. Either you can write that one n I have written the formula, na? The formula I have written n. Don't get confused. Here I am writing that summation of f. There we are writing that capital N. Okay, summation of f is capital N. So what is summation? Summation f log m. Summation f log m. Summation of this last
23.2739.
yeah 23.2739 by summation of f this value. Summation of f.
20.
20. Yeah, 20 here. So divided by 20. What you get? This value 1.16. 1.1637. 1.1637, is it not? So here, when you are finding the log g value, then find the anti-log value for this. To find the g, take that anti-log. So what is the anti-log of 1.1637?
So 14.577. 578.
Not 14. Once again, use the same exponential. Actually, book answer is 12.58. 1.1637. Anti-log is 12.58 is the answer. Please you check it. Please make it confirm. Actually, because it is 12.58, I don't know. Sometimes this may be also wrong. One point 1637 taking anti-log. It is 1230 only one for the one problem. Many others are getting the same answer for this 14 point something.
So 14.57 only I'm getting.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
I will recheck that. What do you get? 14 point?
Yes, sir. 14.571. 578.
14.578.
578.
578. Ah, okay. I will
Yes.
recheck that once again. Okay, fine. In case it is for the continuous, directly I come for the continuous case. In case the discrete case is given, 10, 20, 30, 40 is there. The same thing, you have to, no need to find that mi. Directly you can find that f log xi. So you here that xi is there. Otherwise, individual type data, directly we can find that log x divided by number of divided by the number of observations. Okay.
So,
Yes.
so in case of inclusive type data, first we change it to exclusive data, and for MI, then we find the midpoint.
Yes, exactly. In case 0 to 9, for example, 0 to 9 is there. 0 to 9 or 10 to 19, 20 to 30 is there. Then you have to change it. Listen here. In case of 0 to 9 may be given. Okay, 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 19 to 20 to 29, 30 to 39 is there. Then you have to change into exclusive type data. It is inclusive type data. You have to change into exclusive type data. When you are change into exclusive type data, you are subtract and add the 0.5 here. Is it okay, na? Able to get? Then you find the midpoint. Then you find the midpoint. from that. Fine. Next topic is harmonic mean. HARMONIC, harmonic mean. Can you rub that board? Can you rub the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
Yes, sir.
Harmonic mean. Harmonic mean heading HARMONIC, harmonic mean heading. Write the definition. Harmonic mean of a number of observations. Harmonic mean of a number of observations is a reciprocal. Harmonic mean of a number of observations is a reciprocal of the arithmetic mean. Reciprocals of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocals of the given values. Of the reciprocals of the given value. The harmonic mean is denoted by capital H. For the n number of observations, x1, x2, xn, h equal to 1 by n summation of 1 by xn. It is a formula. H equal to 1 by n summation of 1 by xi. So for that, to calculate that arithmetic harmonic mean, how can you calculate that? First you have to write that x, then you have to calculate 1 by x, then you have to calculate summation of 1 by x, then you have to take that summation of 1 by xi here, then divided by n, then take the reciprocal. So here you have to find that 1 by x. Then the number of observations are n. So this is the formula for individual case. This is for individual type data. For the discrete type data, h equal to, for the discrete type data, h equal to 1 by, instead of a small n, you have to write capital N, summation of fi by xi. See, when you are writing that summation, don't simply write the summation, because sometimes summation is maybe finite. I equal to 1 to n. The examiners are seeing that whether he is taking that there are two cases are there, whether it may be finite or infinite. So better you have to mention I equal to 1 to n. That means you are doing for that finite case, not for infinite case. Number of observations should be finite. We are calculating mean. For the infinite case,
So
we are
could you
not
please
able to.
repeat the formula for discrete type? It's not visible properly.
Yeah, h equal to 1 by n, summation of I equal to 1 to n, fi by xi, fi by xi. It is for the discrete case. In case of continuous case, simple change. Continuous case, you can write that h equal to 1 by, and in other way I can write that 1 by summation of f, summation of I equal to 1 to n, fi by mi, where mi is the mid value of the data. First one is for individual case, second one is for discrete case, third one is for continuous case.
No.
What
So
happened?
could you please read out the formula? It's not
Visible,
readable.
not visible. Which one is not visible?
Sir, the
Individual case
connect.
or-
Can't read it.
Sir, you can't read it.
Sir, it's not clear, sir. It's blurred.
No, for me it is very clear.
Sir,
only.
for continuous type data, sir. So the net connection might be a problem, sir. That's why.
For me,
Yes, sir, because all of us are not able to see it.
okay. For the continuous type data, once again I'm writing. Focus problem maybe there.
So just sir, please could you read it out, the formula that you wrote?
For the continuous type data, see here I'm writing, once again I'm writing here, continuous type data. Continuous type data h equal to 1 by summation of f, summation of I equal to 1 to n fi by mi. See, if it is very close, that when I move here and there, then it will be somewhat auto zoom problem may be there. That's why that board is not visible clearly. Maybe. Okay. So, write the problem. Find the harmonic mean. Find the harmonic mean of the marks. Find the harmonic mean of the marks. Find the harmonic mean of the marks obtained in a class test. Obtained in a class test given below. Marks, number of students, number of students, 11, 3, 12, 7, 13, 8, 14, 5, 15, 2. Marks of the students 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Number of students 3, 7, 8, 5, 2. Okay. For this, it is a discrete type data. It is a discrete type data. See, first step is
The last one is 2.
yes, number of students. What happened?
So the number of students, the
Marks.
last one is 2.
Yes, 2 only. 3,
Okay.
7, 8, 5, 2. See, first one is many of them does not identify the type of data actually. First you have to identify what is the type of data. Then you have to apply the formula according to that. Okay. Now for the discrete type data, first you have to write the formula. See, that is the first step. First step is you have to write the formula. So what is the formula here? Harmonic mean h equal to 1 by summation of f into summation of I equal to 1 to n fi by xi. This is the formula, na? See here, you know that 1 by a can be written as a. You know the formula? 1 by a can be written as a. Is it not? So similarly, 1 by summation of f can be written as one more formula, summation of f divided by summation of I equal to 1 to n fi by xi. Summation of f divided by summation of f divided by summation of I equal to 1 to n fi by xi. So you have to form the table. You have to form the table x f 1 by x f by x. 4 columns you have to write x f 1 by x f by x. So from here we can write that what is summation of f. Here no need to find that 1 by what is summation of 1 by x. We have to find that what is summation of f by x. So first you write that what are the x values. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 you have to write. F is the respective f. 3, 7, 8, 5, 2. See, when you are writing the table, you have to write very clearly x1, f1. See, sometimes they are writing that f2 here, then they are writing x3. Sometimes f3 may be here. Then the order of the table will be in some different way they are writing. In case 10 or 20 data are given, then the order may be changed. In case that you are not able to write in order, then the result will be you are multiplying something x3 f2 you may be multiply, or x3 f4 you may be multiply. At that time you are not able to get the answer properly. So when you are writing that answer, clearly give some gap between that one to next one. Then only you will get the correct data. So what is summation of f here? Summation of f
25.
25. Then f by x,
Summation of f by x is 1.9617.
1.96. You are taking decimal. How many decimal?
4.
Yeah, 4 decimal is correct. 961. Okay, 1.9617. 1.9617.
H is equal to 12.744.
Yes. So h value here summation of f is 20. Is it visible? 20. Sorry, 25. Equal to 25 divided by this value 1.96. 9617. So h value equal to, what is h value?
12.744.
12.74. Fine. For the continuous type data, just you have to change into middle value. That means like the exclusive type data, you have to find that middle value. Then only changes, instead of f by x, you have to find that f by m. Okay, that is the shortcut method to remember all the formula very easily. Only the individual type data is different. For the discrete type data and continuous type data, only one value is different. That means middle value. Write the problem. Find the mean median mode. Find the mean median mode. Only 15 minutes okay. Find the mean median mode for the following data. For the following data. So give the data. Find the mean median mode of the following data. X, F. X is below 10. Below 10. F is 5. Below 20. Below 20, 19. Below 30, 48. Below 40, 69. Below 50, 94. Below 60, 115. I'm continuing here. XF. Below 70. Below 70, 125. Below 80, 132. Below 90, 147. Below 100, 150. Below 100, 150. See, there are two types of the problem in the type. Actually, in case above 0, above 10, above 20, above 30, this above 100, in case if it is there, then you have to subtract the frequency one by one from the reverse. In case, are you able to get?
Yes, sir.
Above is there, then you have to subtract the frequency. Actually it is the frequency, cumulative frequency. This is the cumulative frequency. So you have to subtract in the reverse order. In case above is given, below type of problem is given, we have to subtract one by one from this. That is, first one 5, second one 14. Similarly, you have to calculate them one by one. So what is that? How to convert this into continuous type data? Continuous type data. So below 10 means, how can you convert this? 0 to 10. 0 to 10 is 5. That's okay. 10 to 20. 10 to 20. 10 to 20 is 14. Similarly, 20 to 30. 20 to 30 value?
48.
No.
29.
29.
Sorry,
Exactly.
29.
29. 30 to 40?
19.
21.
Oh, yeah, 21. Sorry.
21. 40 to 50?
25.
25. 50 to 60?
21.
21. 60 to 70?
10.
10. 70 to 80?
7.
80 to 90?
15.
15. 1 5. 90 to 100?
3.
3. So it is a continuous type data. For the continuous type data, you have to calculate the mean median mode.